Everything in this life has a beginning and an end. But those stories that say they lived happily ever after are misleading at best. The story doesn't really end there. In reality, those great victories are bogged down in the aftermath. Repairing damaged bunkers is one of those things. Then there are the delicate political negotiations with hostile nations to take into account. This was supposed to be a routine mission like any other. But life is no fairy tale. This time around, we would be held accountable for every action we've taken leading to this point, and we would pay for them dearly. As for the prince and the princess lived happily ever after trope, somewhere along the way, we lost that innocent part of ourselves that believed the fairy tale ending was real.
Before we see our fire inside, so 泥まみれのその表情が見据えてる先へ流れ落ちる朝が全て無駄に終わるとしても戦うことだけは忘れはしないだろういつでも笑える強い君の泣き顔は誰も知らないから心の技は消えないけどYou always never gave up, you never gave up, so nothing's too late. So yeah, then never wake up, you never wake up. You made me take all that. It's gonna get better. 笑えない世界はどこまでも笑ってそうさ駆け抜ければいい
Wow. It's incredible. Flowers as far as the eye can see. You hear about it, but this is the first time I've seen the real thing.
Idyllic splendor. As long as you take the two objects ruining the scenery out of the equation, because with them here, it kind of ruins the mood for a picnic.
This meeting's just to exchange the hostage. It should go smoothly. So really, objects just come out here to pose and posture in front of each other. It's more formality than anything else.
Yeah.
If that's true, there's no reason to be nervous, right?
I guess not. But ever since I started palling around with you, I've picked up the bad habit of being suspicious of everything.
Right back at you, tough guy. Did you say hostage exchange?
Yep. We meet with the Intelligence Union to trade a hostage we took prisoner. For fitting compensation, of course. We'll mainly be trading for technological intel. Our human bargaining chip's a VIP named Guru Klondike. Ugh.
Guru?
I've heard of that guy. He's this old monk dude who preaches a platform based on non-violent civil disobedience.
That's correct. He started off as a prominent figure in the Faith organization. Now he's become quite the player on the stage of international politics. His influence now transcends traditional borders, and he has vocal supporters in all four of the great powers. The Guru's teachings are more ideological than religious. It's closer to philosophy, actually. And because of that, he was kind of the odd man out back home in the Faith organization.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because he liked to rock the boat back home, the Faith organization is in no hurry to take him back. But like I said, he's internationally popular. So they put up the pretense of caring.
She's right. Taking the Guru is good PR. But then he starts spreading certain ideas, so the government panics and detains him.
But an execution creates an international incident. So they just want to drop him off with another country as soon as they possibly can.
Ad infinitum. Sometimes it's months, sometimes it's years, but the Guru gets passed back and forth between the four great powers.
You make the whole thing sound like a card game.
It is. The game's called Old Maid.
Pretty much. Now it's the Intelligence Union's turn to take the old maid off our hands.
Why would they do that?
Who knows? But hey, with the intel they're providing as compensation, you won't hear us complaining, but you can bet your butts we're making this exchange. Considering the delicate nature of this, the Faith Organization will have an object of their own some distance away, acting as an overseer of the trade. And with 3 of the great powers gathered, the Capital Enterprise was sick of feeling left out, so they sent an object to watch things unfold as well.
One old religious geezer can bring representatives from all 4 great powers, huh?
That sounds bad. Objects from all 4 powers gathered together sounds really bad.
If we carry this out textbook smooth, there's fundamentally no danger. You boys just keep your heads on your shoulders and carry on with your mission, okay?
Just keep my head on my shoulders, huh?
What are you up to?
Hi! I'm using CVD to treat the replacement mirrors for your secondary gun's targeting system.
CVD?
Yep. Specifically, the ones nearest your main guns. They regularly have to withstand massive temperature and pressure changes because of their proximity. And so, those particular mirrors have to be switched out after pretty much every battle you fight. Check it out, it's about to start. CVD means chemical vapor deposition. As you can see, it's spraying the powder used for the coating. Then it turns into plasma, glazing the surface. It can turn pretty much anything into a high-quality mirror.
Oh, wow.
Let me see that. It's for you. My gift. The mirror on the compact you take into the cockpit. I remember you saying it broke. I hope this'll do the job until your replacement comes.
You mean, is this a present?
I just made it from stuff I had on hand, so it's no big deal.
It's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah? It was totally worth it to hear you say that.
Come on! It's almost that time! Baby Magnum needs to get ready to mobilize!
Ciao. Thanks again.
Sure thing.
All right, that's our cue, Guru. Shall we?
What a shame it is to part ways, dear Frolacia. You took hold of my mic with such a passionate hand, until I nearly exploded from the intensity of your performance. For as long as I live, I'll never forget the sweet music we shared.
Guru, please!
Look, I know you like to push the limits, but seriously, this guy? When you've got 2 beefcakes standing right here!
Enough! I was assigned to keep an eye on the Guru while he was at karaoke last night.
It was an evening aflame with passion.
Puke.
I guess babysitting old dudes is part of an officer's duty. Getting promoted isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Excuse me, young man. Are you that Quenther Barbatage fellow I've heard about?
Yes, Guru, that's me.
I had heard there was a hero, an ordinary man slaying giants. Nice to put a face to the legend.
I don't know if I'd call us heroes. Certainly not legends.
That much is true. But if you really wanted to be a perfect hero, you would have found a way to save the lives of the other elite pilots whose objects you destroyed.
Those other elite pilots were trying to kill us. It's easy to make moral judgments when you're not busy trying to survive.
I'd hope you weren't one of those people who think nothing of sacrificing one life. If that sacrifice can save the lives of tens of thousands more.
But that's not...
Anyone can do that math, Gramps.
Yes, anyone indeed. But don't you think it's precisely that kind of subtraction that perpetuates our species' endless cycle of misery and self-destruction? Will the two of you learn what it takes to be true heroes one
Please,
day?
sir.
Because I look forward to seeing that.
Message to the pilot of the legitimate Kingdom object. From this point forward, we will be running in red alert mode.
If you make any suspicious moves, we won't hesitate to open fire. You've been warned.
To the Intelligence Union object pilot, warning acknowledged. We'll enter into red alert with the same conditions.
It's you again, isn't it? He's got you on guard duty.
I could say the same since we captured your object and all. You're lucky they didn't kick you out for incompetence.
So if you're here, does that mean that clever blonde gentleman came along?
Yes. In fact, he gave me a present earlier today.
A present?
A handmade accessory.
Well, isn't that nice?
Yes, it was.
Was that supposed to be an imitation of me?
All I did was laugh.
Again with these two. Sounds like they're at it again, clever blonde gentlemen.
The new Rush unit. It looks pretty much the same, but I find it doubtful they bring the exact same model captured by us to the face-off. There must be some kind of modification
Yo,
somewhere.
gentlemen! Gwenther!
What is it?
In a different setting, I'd do the world a favor and blast you to pieces.
I'd like to see you try.
Oh, big talk from someone in an antique.
Whoa, slow down there, princess. What do you think you're doing?
She tried to provoke me and I accepted her challenge. Nothing more, nothing less.
Well, that's not gonna work. This is supposed to be a peaceful mission, remember?
It is what it is. But if you insist, I'm willing to let it go. This time.
You there? Princess, come in! Melinda? What's wrong? Miss Frolacia, come in! I had contact with the princess, but the signal was suddenly cut off.
We're confirming the same. It's not just radio contact.
All telemetry data has stopped transmitting as well.
A malfunction?
Something tells me it isn't that simple.
We found the reason. Someone's deliberately interfering with the symbiotic link between the princess and the baby Magnum, hence the communication breakdown.
Interfering? But who?
We're not sure.
The princess should be digging through various subroutines to get around the problem. But we have no idea what's going on inside the cockpit. What we do know, however,
Is the source of the signal is a quantum key-enabled radio tower in a resort town roughly 15 clicks southwest, and that's all.
for the moment there's no real damage beyond the obstructed communications. But you never know. I want this dealt with ASAP. And if we start carelessly moving troops around during the exchange, we may stir up trouble, which we don't need.
So with that in mind...
I understand. We're on our way now.
Thank you.
Let's go, Havia.
Whoa, hang on! How dare you casually volunteer me for this stinking mess? What's gonna happen if you and I run into some massive army?
The exchange meeting goes up in smoke, and we probably end up as corpses. Or something like that.
That sounds great. I hope you're not doing this just because of the Guru's little hero pep talk. Okay, Hero. Maybe you can clear up some confusion for me on the drive. Don't object comm systems use 8th gen encryption with quantum keys? So how is it possible for someone to interfere with that?
I've been trying to figure that out for myself, and I can't. All I know is that I've got a bad feeling about this. This is Gwenther. We'll be arriving at the target location shortly.
It's been a long time, hasn't it? I'm pleased to hear you're alive and well. Charlotte Zoom speaking.
That's the scary black uniform lady!
They're the worst!
Hey!
She was the oversight lady who held me at gunpoint back in Kamchatka.
Oversight, huh? Those people creep me out.
Look, I really appreciate you calling me, but unfortunately, I'm in the middle of a mission right now.
I'm well aware. That's the reason I called you. I heard that the 37th Mechanized Maintenance Battalion was trying to quietly deal with a cyber attack against the baby Magnum.
There's also the possibility this sabotage might involve former Counselor Flyd. I believe the two of you already met.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about his escape before our fight with City Slicker.
But if the story ended there, I doubt she'd be calling us. There's more.
Naturally.
I've been working a particular case for some time now. It has no direct correlation to either of you gentlemen, though I thought it might interest you. Because Flyd is definitely a part of it. So then I dug deeper, and I discovered there was some sort of nefarious plan being devised. From that point on, I began tracking his movements, and recently learned that he illegally entered the region where your operation's being held.
Damn it! This is the worst!
Flyd's the worst? Explain.
It's a big problem. Flyd was in charge of the elite training facility. That means he had access to top-secret data on Melinda Brandini and the Baby Magnum.
If a guy like that were to try hacking the Baby Magnum, he'd already have access codes and overrides.
But what's his endgame on this? What's this case of yours about?
I'm sorry, but you don't have the clearance. There is some intel I can divulge. We believe his goal is to take over an object, sabotage the hostage exchange, and trigger the worst imaginable scenario. This hostage exchange is already under scrutiny. The four great powers have amassed to point their objects at one another. It's the geopolitical equivalent of a powder keg stacked inside an oil refinery.
Strike a single match, and there's no telling what might happen.
Pedal down!
I'm counting on you.
Aren't you going to tell them about the list? That's the nice thing to do.
Nobody asked you.
The plan is now safely underway. It'll all be over in a few minutes, or more accurately, that's when it will all begin. You helped me when I was penniless. Thank you, my friends. I'll never be able to pay back your generosity, but your cooperation was appreciated.
Cooperation? More like extortion. I certainly hope you realize the caliber of enemies you've made today.
I do, and I take full responsibility. Let them come. What I've done should safeguard the ideals held by my confederates of the list. After they've experienced this quagmire war we're about to spark off, where the four great powers break into a free-for-all, then the world will have a newfound appreciation. They'll miss the old days, where object count determined a conflict's outcome without the need to engage in combat. I understand their hesitance, though, having been enthralled by the prospect myself. Nothing can be done to hold back true hatred. The survivors in war learn that the game is rigged.
Roger that, sir. We will complete the hostage exchange immediately. We're going through with it, but we still haven't taken control of the signal source. The brass made the call, morons. Guru, shall we go?
Let's boogie!
Scumbag!
Well, well, if it isn't my old friend Havia. And Quenther, too. Welcome. I'm afraid you came too late.
No, damn it! What did you do?
The fault lies with you and your friend. War is one of the more primitive instincts deeply rooted in the human psyche. That's exactly why we must control it with rationality. Wars controlled digitally via the hard math of objects, the international standard of raw power, those aren't real wars at all. They're a safety system to keep the body count low. To a world predicated on that assumption, you two are poison. The very worst kind of poison, and that is all you'll ever end up being. Prepare yourself for a taste of your own medicine, and it's long overdue.
I wonder what that was all about.
Baby Magnum, are you alright?
I'm fine.
Thank goodness. I'll send someone right over. You just stay put for now. That's an order.
Baby Magnum acknowledged.
Is there some kind of issue?
Nothing much. Just a little communications glitch.
Artillery strike requested by the Major. Arming systems.
I didn't call in a strike! Melinda, come in! I want you to stand down! Where is she aiming? Both of you get away from the house right now! There's incoming!
What, incoming? Damn! Come on! Let's move! The key!
I'd leave now if I were you. The baby Magnum already has these coordinates locked in.
It's time to go, Havia! He plans to incinerate himself right along with all this hacking equipment!
Melinda, cease fire! Power down right now! That's an order!
Don't worry, Felicia. Target destroyed. Now it's time to eradicate the enemy object.
What sort of move do you think the legitimate Kingdom forces are trying to pull?
Unknown. Don't let them kill the Guru. You're free to return fire!
Even this paradise must be baptized in flame.
Get down!
Adjusting target coordinates.
Damn it!
Notifying all units. Battle has broken out between the Rush and the Baby Magnum.
Is this for real? We gotta get back, Havia. Alright.
The Baby Magnum went out of control?
It seems the hacker is dead, and the Mirror of Truth has been implemented. An elite perceptual interference program, designed and developed by the Intelligence Union. It interferes with the process of perception and thought.
It deliberately induces a state of distorted perception with a specific slant.
You bastard! How dare you!
An example, there's the phrase, extend them every courtesy. Other than its normal word-for-word meaning, there's a slang usage which means to beat
them to a pulp. Right now, she's in a mode where she interprets all information as the latter, and takes it in a negative direction.
It's not just words, data, visuals too. All incoming information is converted by the interference and translated negatively. The key to undoing the interference was likely lost with Counselor Flide. She can't be restored now. The fuse has been lit. With the bomb, which is the death of the Guru, the powder keg is sure to go up in a big bang. If you want to stop this, you'll have no choice but to destroy the Baby Magnum. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who will bring about Snow White's fall?
A requiem for the flowers blooming in the field!
The battle to destroy the Baby Magnum. 2.